Okay, the main part of your maintenance procedures are going to happen on a weekly basis. And so what you want to do is, again, open up your bottom chamber. And on your right-hand side, you have the spiral shakers. So it is important about once every week or so that you come in and you give those a good cleaning. So insert your handle over the shaft. And just give it a good half dozen shakes. You'll see a little bit of ash and maybe some tiny pieces of creosote come in. But because the pellets burn so dry, rarely will you ever have any difficulty in cleaning that or have any much in the way of condensation, which could cause problems. So once you've cleaned your spirals, then you're going to want to take out your ash. So use your ash rake, again, which comes with the furnace. Just go down the sides. Wiggle it in around the spirals and pull it out to the front. You can also lift your spirals up to get down the other side. And then just again rake your ash out into your ash container. On the main side here, again, we've got our burn grate. And you're going to want to give that a little bit of a cleaning. Again, using our handle, just slide it over the shaft. And then you can turn it all away, and you'll notice some of the unburnt pellets and a little bit of ash are going to drop down to the bottom. Just give it a little bit of a shake. And that takes care of your burn grate. And of course, just like on the sides, you want to clean out any ash that dropped down. Again, just scrape it to the front. And that's basically your weekly maintenance. Well, our weekly maintenance is primarily done at the front of the furnace. When we do our monthly cleaning, it's done at the rear. So just like at the front, we're going to start by cleaning our spiral turbulators. Again, put your handle onto the shaft. Give it a half dozen shakes, and that's all you need to do there. The next thing you want to do is just check on your fan motor to make sure it's not getting built up with ash or any creosote that's going to either unbalance it or cause the bearings to wear. So again, fairly simple. Just loosen off your 4 9/16 nuts. Unplug your motor from on top, give it a turn, and the fan comes right out. So this one's really clean. It hasn't been running that much, obviously, here in the summer. But again, you're going to want to take your scraper or your brush, clean off all the fins on the fan assembly. Make sure you get in between the fan wheel and the spacer plate, and just make sure everything's nice and clean. It's a good time as well to inspect inside the fan housing for any buildup there as well. But again, with everything running so clean on these units, there's not usually a whole lot of buildup to worry about. Let me just put our nuts back on here. Snug them up just a little bit first. And then we're going to torque them down to make sure everything's sealed properly. And again, just use a cross pattern, just like you would changing a tire. And that's what you would do on a monthly basis. When it comes to year end, you're going to do all those same things that you do weekly or monthly. You just want to do a better job and be more thorough with it. Thing I like to do as well is remove this top access panel where above your spirals. And we always say when you take these off, you should check your gaskets and make sure that they're in good condition. If you look at this one here, you can see where it's starting to cut through and it's come loose. And so this would be a good time to change that, especially here during the summer when we're not using it. So I would take this gasket off, get some more gasket ordered in from HeatMaster, and then you just apply a bit of silicone around to hold it in place. And then as you can see on this one, we've still got a fair bit of buildup. Obviously it's due for the end of year cleaning. So you're going to take, again, your ash rake, or I like to use, after I've raked what I can out, get in there with my shop vac and clean up any of that last bit of ash. So then that takes care of getting that cleaned up and ready for the start of the following season. And then lastly, you want to cover up your chimney. You can put the cap back on that came with it. If you've lost that, like many people do, you just take a 5-gallon pail, put it on top with a brick so the wind doesn't blow it off. And that just keeps any moisture from coming down during the summer and building up inside your system. And then lastly, it's always a good idea to crank the bottom door on the front. Just leave it open a crack, and that allows air to circulate. So that's the entire maintenance procedure for a P-Series furnace. Very little work, doesn't take much time, and it's really simple.